So I've just got back from the cinema after seeing Birds of Prey, the Harley Quinn movie, whatever you want to call it, and I've got some thoughts. I want to give you my thoughts right after this. So now then, ladies and gents, I hope you're all having a great day, as am I. Today's video, we are talking about the newest movie in the DCEU, obviously talking about Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. So, Birds of Prey, the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn, or Birds of Prey Harley Quinn, or whatever you want to call it, was directed by Cathy Yan and stars, obviously, Margot Robbie, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Journey Smollett-Bell, Rosie Perez, Chris Messina, Ella J. Basco, Ali Wong, and one of my favourite actors of all time, Ewan McGregor. And it follows Harley Quinn. After splitting with the Joker, Harley Quinn joined superheroes Black Canary, Huntress, and Renee Montoya to save a young girl from an evil crime lord. I really enjoyed this movie, I've got to be honest. I've enjoyed a lot of DC's output since Aquaman. I liked Aquaman quite a lot. I know it's not a cinematic masterpiece, but did what it needed to do. It entertained me. It was a good standalone Aquaman movie where you get all his origins out of the way so you can set it up. Shazam's the same, except I liked Shazam a lot more because it's got a lot more heart and it's a lot more about family, and that message in that movie spoke to me more than the message in Aquaman about ascending to royalty. I enjoyed Shazam, I enjoyed Joker, but obviously this is a DCEU property. I didn't mind Suicide Squad. Batman vs Superman I turn on every single day. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's good. Man of Steel I enjoyed. So going into this, especially with it being a Harley Quinn movie, I expected just raw fun. And I'm pleased to announce it is just raw fun. It is absolutely fantastic. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I was expecting it to be meh when I saw the trailers. I was like, ugh, probably the best thing in this movie is going to be Harley Quinn. Spoiler alert, she is the best thing in this movie. And then after the trailers came out and everybody was a bit on edge and a bit, I was kind of put off. And then we saw the reviews come out. And everybody was a bit shocked that a movie coming out in February could be as good as it was. At the time, on Rotten Tomatoes, it was the highest rated DCEU film. I wouldn't say I totally agree with that because I still think Wonder Woman's a better movie, and I'd say Shazam's probably a better movie. But the best comparison for Birds of Prey to a movie out there right now, for me, is Deadpool. They've turned Harley Quinn into DC's version of Deadpool. She talks to the camera, breaks the fourth wall.
Fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls.
Has the entertainment factor. Margot Robbie is now Harley Quinn. Like we say about Chris Evans is Captain America, RDJ is Iron Man, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. She embodies this character so well. There's so much fun, so much entertainment. I remember watching the old Justice League and Batman animated cartoon series when I was a kid, where Harley Quinn first came out, written by Bruce Timm. And honestly, literally, it is Harley Quinn straight from that TV series. It is that good. Harley Quinn's obviously the best thing in the movie. She's absolutely brilliant. She's entertaining throughout. She's a great protagonist. We finally learned some backstory about her. This obviously follows on from Suicide Squad. She's dumped by the Joker, has nothing else to do, doesn't know what to do because she's now out on her own. She's got to fend for herself. Dotted throughout the movie, we see the backstory of Black Canary or Dinah Lance, Huntress, Marina Bertinelli, Renee Montoya, and all the rest of them essentially. It throws us in at the deep end with Harley and has a quick animation about her backstory and everything, which is really fun. And just it goes on from there, explains that, shows that she splits up from the Joker. And then we go on from then and we see all of our main 5 characters, I think it is, and Cassandra Cain. We literally see their origins essentially from the beginning. And then it goes into a bit of a plot where Harley jumps backwards and forwards every time. There's 3 tropes in movies that I'm not really a big fan of. It was all a dream, time travel, unless it's done correctly, as in it doesn't have a big stake in the plot. If it has a massive stake in the plot, sometimes I'm a little bit turned off. Although it's done well in Back to the Future, I enjoy that. If it's just a storytelling device, yes. If it's integral to the plot, then it kind of gets a little bit screwy. It's a movie-to-movie basis. And then people telling the movie in flashbacks when you're halfway through the movie and jumping about through timelines and dates and stuff. It just confuses me. Like, the only 2 movies I've seen it do well are Deadpool.
Oh, hello.
And now Birds of Prey. Because the lead character is so charismatic and you're just interested to hear what they say, it just involves you straight in like that. But let's not just give all the praise to Margot Robbie. I think Mary Elizabeth Winstead, even though she's not in it that much, she portrays Huntress as this like raw, angry, revenge-hungry woman, essentially. And I think Journey Smollett-Bell, she is fantastic as Black Canary. Obviously, we've seen Black Canary in the CW shows, and we've seen her in the Injustice games, and obviously in the TV series and stuff, not the animated TV series, but we've never really seen a Black Canary on the big screen. This Black Canary is really, really good. But for it being called a Birds of Prey film, the Birds of Prey only come together in the 3rd act. You may have heard it from a lot of other reviewers, but essentially this movie comes together in the 3rd act. The first 2 acts are all about Harley and her breakup with the Joker and how she follows her life and flashing backwards and forwards between timelines, explaining stuff and finding out the origins of the Birds of Prey. It's only when the 3rd act happens and they all just fall into each other by chance that the actual movie comes alive, essentially. The first 2 acts are set up for the 3rd part, which is a bit how Endgame was. First 2 acts set up a big 3rd act. But Margot Robbie is hilarious. The action scenes in this are some of the best action scenes I've seen probably all year. Well, I know we're only like 2 months into the year, but I mean 2019 as well. Bar like John Wick and probably the Avengers movies, it's probably some of the best fighting. And Margot Robbie, it's nice to get... I've been critical of DC in the past, obviously not on this channel, but like personally when talking to friends and everything, I'm critical of DC because DC have strolled too far into the dark, brooding, miserable type of movie. But comic book characters are supposed to be fun, they're supposed to be interesting, they're supposed to be engaging, they're supposed to laugh. And not cheesy jokes, but just really good, interesting, fun stories. Like, you can't expect Harley Quinn to be Batman. And like, even Batman, I'm fed up of people portraying Batman as this stern, miserable, my parents were killed and that's that.
Why did you say that name?
The best interpretation of Batman I have seen is on the Batman animated series in Justice League. He's not afraid to laugh. He can be stern. But at the core of him, he's a detective. He is a detective and a superhero meshed into one. That's why I liked Batman as a kid. Superman. We need to stop portraying these characters as stern, brooding, heartless, emotional plot devices. They're characters in their own right. Marvel gets it, and it looks like now the role that DC's been on with Aquaman, with Joker, with hopefully Wonder Woman 84, Shazam, they're finally getting their claws into some good character and some good script writing. This isn't the best script, obviously, but it's some of the best and most fun time I've had with a DC film. Like, I didn't get this with Suicide Squad. This movie is what Suicide Squad should have been. But because of how choppy and changey and jumping aroundy and Suicide Squad was, it made the movie less enjoyable because you couldn't engage with the plot, and because you couldn't engage with the plot, you couldn't engage with the characters. To be totally honest, there's only a small plot here. It's just basically a heist movie, essentially. This whole movie is essentially a heist movie for the bad guys and for the good guys, to me anyway. But it's just so fun. You come out of it and you have a big, great smile on your face. You've enjoyed the music. The soundtrack in this is great. It's done by Daniel Pemberton, who did the score for Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, which was fantastic. And like the actual music that they used was fantastic. I just really, really, really had a good time at the movies with this one. I would recommend it to any of you guys that are interested in seeing this movie. And I hope you enjoy it like I did. I've heard nothing but good things so far from other people, and it seems like it's going to do well. So I'm quite happy about that. Yeah, about that.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
However,
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
so I just wanted to take a moment to talk about Ewan McGregor's character, Roman Sionis, also known as Black Mask. I love Ewan McGregor in anything. Obi-Wan Kenobi is my favourite Star Wars character, and Ewan McGregor is just fantastic in this movie. He plays it so well. There's so many little quirks to his character, like the little... Woo! He plays it so well. He gets to play the mustache twirling villain that he was born to play, essentially. It's absolutely fantastic in this movie. I also like Victor Zsasz, who's normally his own character. He's a murderer who's Sionis' right-hand man, but in this instant, he plays it pretty well. I really did enjoy both of their characters. So if I had to give Birds of Prey a rating, which I will, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's one of DC's best films out there. Like, it's not upper echelon like Wonder Woman, like Shazam, and like Joker, obviously, but we're counting DCEU movies here. I don't think it's DCEU's higher echelon type of movie, but I did enjoy it. It's just a fun ride. Like, if you just want a movie just to sit down and just enjoy a spectacle, then this type of movie will do absolute wonders for you guys. But yeah, so DC's now on a roll. But what do you guys think? Did you see Birds of Prey? Did you enjoy it? You're not interested? Did the trailers turn you off from it? Is my review helping at all? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to have a discussion with you. Like I've always said with this channel, it's a community-based channel. Yeah, I'm the spokesperson because I'm the YouTube host, but it's a community-based channel, so bang your comments down in the comment section. As always, don't forget to hit the like button. That tells me and tells YouTube that you enjoy this type of content and that I should make more of it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified every single time I upload my content. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That's at Bryn Williams YouTube on Instagram. Sorry about the plane. And on Facebook, the page has now changed to This Week on the Silver Screen for my upcoming and much anticipated, I hope, podcast that should be starting in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the review. And yeah, I shall see you next time. Goodbye.